Hey, it's Shane with GotRaham.com. I want to talk about overstretching and how you can know if you are overstretching and what to do about it. So there's kind of two common scenarios that people email me about. One is they're doing some kind of quad or hip flexor stretch and they feel a stretch maybe up high or way down by the knee that feels too intense. It feels like they're almost going to overstrain something. So one thing that you can do about that is if you're just stretching too hard, stretch a little easier. If you're trying to go deep into the stretch, just back out a little bit and see if that doesn't make it feel like you're not going to overpull or overstrain something. The other thing is you should know that the target of a quad stretch is generally you want to be kind of mid-muscle belly, not super high, not super low. Especially not super high or low if it feels kind of sketchy or like you're stretching a tendon, or it just doesn't feel quite right. So aim for kind of the middle. The other thing is the more you do kind of self-massage, self-myofascial release, tissue work on those quads, the more they'll start to feel like a good, natural, healthy quad stretch. So change your position until you get mid-muscle belly, do some quad tissue work and see if that doesn't improve the sensation of overstretching. The other example that I hear very often is people are doing maybe a lot of yoga, a lot of forward folding in yoga, where they're going in these positions and they start to feel, one, like their knees hyperextend very easily, or they're getting kind of like an over-pulling sensation at their ischial tuberosity. So if you're noticing that your knees are hyperextending because you've been doing a lot of sun salutations or forward folding in yoga, you might need to add a little bit of strength work into your routine. You might be getting too kind of loose in the back of your knees there. So adding a little bit of, I don't know, Romanian deadlifts for my yogi friends, or deadlifts in general, can help strengthen the hamstrings so that you have both the length and the strength. The other thing is, just like the quads, if you're finding that maybe at this high hamstring attachment point, the ischial tuberosity, you're feeling like it might pull or strain, doing a little bit of tissue work in that area can be really helpful, because maybe there's just some scar tissue up there or some knots that don't allow the muscle to stretch very well. It's kind of like if this is your muscle and then I put a pebble or a stone right in the middle of it and then tried to stretch it, it wouldn't stretch uniformly and symmetrically. It would deform more around that knot, that scar ball, that pebble. Same thing if you have an old hamstring pull or just a dense patch of tissue, it's not going to stretch very well until you soften it up. So do your tissue work, rearrange your position so you get a stretch in kind of the mid-muscle belly whenever you're stretching a muscle, and I think you'll be a much healthier athlete or yogi for it. So enjoy.